You guys will come under recognition. No, I'm sorry, public comments. Okay? And it's an agenda out front. Yes, sir. And you public comments. Hey, director.
I'm well. How are you? Oh,
I'm okay. How you doing?
Hey.
Ma'am. Hi, director. VP director. Hello. Hello. Oh, okay.
Hello. What you looking for?
It comes to me.
Yes, thank you. I said that's not it. I figured that was it.
Oh. This is from the Burgess.
Ooh, nothing but bun. They didn't have no. I always got some issues, don't I?
What is this stuff for?
That's for you. That's for Dr. Burgess. That's still giving you guys appreciation. And then this is award. And then that's a speaker award.
Hey. I won't need that. I'm not gonna do it.
Lucas. Delay.
pick it up and then press it. Ooh, that's a little too high. Okay. Yeah. Ooh. It's like my heater with me when I move.
Good evening, and welcome to the Normandy Schools Collaborative. The April 14th, 2026 Joint Executive Governing Board meeting is now in session. Madam Secretary, can we establish a quorum?
Yes, sir. Director Milton Roberts.
Here.
Director Edwards.
Present.
Secretary Taylor.
Present.
Director Davis Day.
Here.
Vice President Pearson.
Present.
Dr. Petty.
Here.
Director Humphrey.
Present.
We have a quorum. I'm sorry, President.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. Would you please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag
Of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So move.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Madam Secretary, by roll call vote, please.
Yes, sir. It was moved by Humphrey and seconded by Edwards. Individual vote to approve the agenda. I'm sorry. Director Milton Roberts.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Director, I couldn't hear you.
Yes.
Don't forget to talk in your mic, guys. Director Edwards.
Yes.
Secretary Taylor.
Yes.
Director Davis Day.
Yes.
Vice President Pearson.
Yes.
Dr. Petty.
Yes.
And Director Humphrey.
Yes.
It's approved, Dr. Petty.
Thank you again,
Agenda.
Madam Secretary. At this time in our meeting, we'd like to acknowledge and recognize two of our fellow board colleagues who have been reelected to the board. I will begin acknowledging Vice President Teresa Pearson, and secondly, being reelected to the board is Secretary Violet Taylor. We also would like to acknowledge a newly elected board member who will be sworn in tonight with all three of them together. That would be Mayor Monica Jefferson, who is here tonight. Let's give them all a big round of applause. As is customary at this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium our state representative, Pamela Westbrook Hodge, for the swearing in of new board members. New board members, when I call your name, please join Mrs. Pamela Westbrook Hodge at the podium to be sworn in. Violet Taylor.
Right there. Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be with you. As a 1987 graduate of this district, a former member of this joint executive governing board, and our community's representative on the Missouri State Board of Education, I am honored to administer the oath of office to our newly elected board member, Greendale Mayor Monica Jefferson, and returning elected board members, Ms. Violet Taylor and Teresa Pearson. And we will start with Ms. Violet Taylor. Ms. Taylor, please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Violet Taylor,
I, Violet Taylor,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
and the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
and that I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of a member
of a member
of the Normandy Schools Collaborative School Board
of the Normandy School Collaborative School Board
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
according to law.
according to law.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor. You are duly reinstalled.
Teresa Pearson.
Hello, my fellow Viking. Ms. Teresa Pearson, raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Teresa Pearson, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Missouri, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of a member of the Normandy Schools Collaborative School Board to the best of my ability, according to law. Thank you, Ms. Pearson. You are duly reinstalled.
Mayor and now Board Director Monica Jefferson. Please come forward.
Bless you.
Mayor Jefferson, it is an honor. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Monica P. Jefferson,
I, Monica P. Jefferson,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
and the Constitution of the State of Missouri,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
of a member
of a member
of the Normandy Schools Collaborative School Board
of the Normandy School Collaborative School Board
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
according to law.
according to law.
Thank you, Mayor Jefferson. You are duly installed. Thank you, everyone, and congratulations.
Thank you, Mrs. Westbrook Hodge. At this time, before we seat Mayor Jefferson, we'd like to acknowledge 10 years of dedicated service and volunteerism with this board. We'd like for you to join us in celebrating former board president and outgoing board director, William Humphrey. At this time, I would like to invite Director Humphrey to go down to the podium and have a few remarks. As he makes his way to the podium for a few brief remarks, Director Jefferson, please make your way up to the dais. Let's give Director Humphrey another big round of applause.
Thank you for this moment just to have a few brief comments. Community service is something that has to come from within. And for the 10 years that I committed to the school district, it was simply with one fact. Our children deserve the best possible education that they can receive. And as such, year after year after year, I kept returning. I can simply tell you this, while I have stepped away from the board, The voters have spoken. The results of the election are what they are. But it does not quench my ability to support the district in any way that I can. So if there's anyone in administration, anyone on the board, if there's a need for me to do anything, I am available because our children have not received what we have promised them. You've often heard me say this before. Dr. Ron Edmonds, who's a deceased educator from Harvard, he made this statement. We can, wherever and whenever, educate all children that are of interest to us. We already know more than enough to get it done. The only fact that remains is how do you feel about the fact that it has not been done already? This board and administration is just one part of the puzzle. The other part of the puzzle is the community and parents. Everyone must lean in to make sure that our children get the best quality of education. It has indeed been an honor to serve this community in the way that I've been able to serve. So I thank you for giving me this opportunity to have a few comments, and just know this, if the need arises, I am available to serve. So don't think I've gone away. I'm just going to figure out for the time being how to serve in a different way. Thank you very much for that opportunity.
At this time, Madam Secretary, I would like for you to facilitate board elections.
Yes, sir. Dr. Petty, I have a script that I will follow. First, I want to ask, is there a lineup that the board would like to offer?
No.
No. The floor is now open for nominations for president of the board.
The chair recognizes Director Davis Day.
Good evening. I
Good
would like
evening.
to nominate Dr. Petty, Director Dr. Petty, for the president.
Thank you, Director Davis Day. Any more nominations for president? The floor is still open for board president nominations.
Yes, I would like to nominate Director Erica Edwards.
Thank you, Director Milton Roberts. Last time, is there any more nominations for the board president? We have two nominations, one for Dr. Petty and one for Director Edwards. We'll start the votes for Dr. Petty in no particular order. Mayor Jefferson, the vote on the floor is for Dr. Petty to be the president.
Yes.
Director Edwards, the vote on the floor is for Dr. Petty to be the president.
No.
Secretary Taylor, the vote on the floor is for Dr. Petty to be the president.
Yes.
Dr. Petty, the vote on the floor is for you to be the president.
Yes.
Vice President Pearson, the vote on the floor is for Dr. Petty to be the president.
No.
Director Milton Roberts, the vote on the floor is for Dr. Petty to be the president.
No.
And Director Davis Day, the vote on the floor is for Dr. Petty to be the president.
Yes.
Dr. Petty, you will remain the president. Congratulations.
Thank you, Madam Secretary, and I thank my board colleagues.
Dr. Petty, would you like for me to continue with the nominations, or will you like to take over?
No, ma'am, I would love for you to continue with the nomination.
Yes, sir. Are there any nominations for vice president of the board?
The chair recognizes Secretary Taylor.
I would like to nominate Miss Monica Jefferson.
Are there any other nominations for the vice president of the board?
I would like to nominate Cheryl Milton Roberts.
And last time, are there any other nominations for the vice president of the board? Now we'll take individual votes for the vice president of the board. First, we're going to start with Mayor Jefferson. We'll start with Director Davis Day. The vote on the floor is for Mayor Jefferson to be the vice president.
Yes.
Director Milton Roberts, the vote on the floor is for Mayor Jefferson to be the vice president.
No.
Director Pearson, the vote on the floor is for, for Mayor Jefferson to be the vice president.
No.
Dr. Petty, the vote on the floor is for Mayor Jefferson to be the vice president.
Yes.
Secretary Taylor, the vote on the floor is for Mayor Jefferson to be the vice president.
Yes.
Director Edwards, the vote on the floor is for Mayor Jefferson to be the vice president.
Abstain.
And Mayor Jefferson, the vote on the floor is for you to be the vice president.
Yes.
Dr. Petty, the yeses have it. Mayor Jefferson is our vice president.
Thank you, Madam Secretary.
No, I'm sorry. I apologize. Look at Milton Roberts. Like, you better do this right. I'm sorry. The vote, now we need to vote for Milton Roberts because we had some abstains, Doc, and we had some no's. So it was 3 and 3. That makes No, I'm sorry.
It was 4 and 3.
Oh, it was 4. But we
was
still
4
need
and
to
2
vote,
and
right?
1.
No?
4 and 1 abstain.
Praise God. Okay. I'm sorry. Mayor Jefferson is our vice president. I do apologize.
All right.
Any nominations on the floor for our secretary?
I would like to nominate Violet Taylor for secretary.
Yes, sir. Any other nominations on the floor for the secretary?
I would like to nominate Teresa Pearson as secretary.
Any other nominations on the floor for secretary? All right. Now we'll take our individual votes, Doc. The vote on the floor will start with Taylor for secretary. Mayor Jefferson.
Yes.
Director Edwards, the vote on the floor is for Taylor to be the secretary.
No.
Taylor, the vote on the floor is for you to be secretary.
Yes.
Dr. Petty, the vote on the floor is for Taylor to be the secretary.
Yes.
Teresa Pearson, the vote on the floor is for Taylor to be the secretary.
No.
Milton Roberts, the vote on the floor is for Taylor to be the secretary.
Abstain.
And Director Davis Day, the vote on the floor is for Taylor to be the secretary.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 yeses, 2 noes, and 1 abstain. Secretary Taylor.
Will remain
will remain our secretary. Congratulations, secretary. Well, okay.
Thank you, Madam Secretary.
Yes, sir.
Moving right along, at this time, I'd like to ask Chief Campbell to come forward for public comments. This is the time where we ask our citizens and our supporters and our partners to come forward. At this time, after Chief Campbell reads his piece, then we'll have the public comments come forward.
President Petty.
Mr. President, members of the board, superintendent, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to thank you for attending tonight's Normandy Schools Collaborative Board of Education meeting. Before we begin, we will review the importance of conducting a productive and orderly meeting. For those community members in attendance who have signed up for public comments, please come to the podium when the board president calls out your name. Out of respect for everyone in attendance, yelling, foul language, props, visuals, and addressing the audience are not permitted. Public speakers may not identify staff nor students by name. In addition, audience members are not allowed to yell, speak, or cause any disruption during public comments. This ensures the Board of Education is able to listen and transition to the next speaker. The remainder of the meeting is designated for the board to work with the superintendent and conduct the work that's outlined in the agenda. Patrons who stay in attendance in the remainder of the meeting after public comments may do so in an observatory role. Please note that those who disrupt the meeting in any capacity will be asked to leave and may lose their opportunity to attend future meetings. We want to thank you for attending tonight's Board of Education meeting, and we will now proceed with the Board of Education meeting.
Thank you, Chief Campbell. For public comments this evening, we have a young man I met years ago at Webster Middle School. Devin Alexander is here with Michael McCullum. Please come forward. Let's give the champ a big round of applause.
Woo-woo.
It's more than one person.
Thank you so much. Mr. Alexander brought some friends with him. How about we celebrate young African-American males in the house tonight?
Man, I just want to say that election or whatever you guys just did was intense to watch. You guys was just calm, cool, and collected. No, yes. That was a sight to see. That was my first time seeing that. So it was good to see. So I'm just here. As you guys know, I'm a professional fighter. And I'm retired. And I've, like, my man that just spoke, Humphrey, I'm leaning in with my platform and trying to save our youth with the Devin Alexander Foundation. I don't know, Tammy, did you get him?
Yes, she did.
Brochures. So my thought and process to what's going on is our young men and young women learning self-control. We have no self-control at all. What happened at the track, what happened at Steak and Shake, they have no self-control. So I have brought my curriculum to you guys for you guys to look at. I think if I bring my curriculum here, you guys will see a benefit greatly, because it's early. We can catch them early before they get 20, 30, 40, and then we can't correct it because they stuck in their ways. These young men come to the gym every day. They work hard. They not fighting outside the street. They fight at the gym.
Yes.
They get in the ring. They hitting each other hard as heck. But they get out and they dap it up. They not killing each other.
All right.
If we did that out there, take that same philosophy out there, they're gonna go get a gun. They're not thinking about that. So I'm here to just tell you guys about it and just lean in and tell you guys just to think about bringing the curriculum to you guys. I love giving back. I've been giving back since I was a world champion. And this is my calling. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. God gave me a platform for a reason. He didn't give me a platform just to loathe in. He gave me a platform to teach these young men how to be men. I know what they're going through. I understand. I was a poor kid myself, 13 brothers and sisters. I understand completely what they're going through. So I'm the best fit for that. So, yes. Oh, yes. He wanted me to touch on May 9th. I am bringing a boxing show to Normandy, amateur boxing event. That's going to show you guys kids being positive. And a lot of, let me rephrase this, a lot of parents and a lot of women, when they hear boxing, they think of the punching aspect of it. It's so much more than that. Before they get into the ring, I got to teach them how to defend themselves. Oh, that's the time. Okay.
You good, champ.
You're fine. My bad. But yes, May 9th, I'll be here in Normandy. You guys will see good kids competing. But yeah, thank you.
Thank you. At this time, that concludes the public comment section of the meeting. I'd like to ask Christopher Trahan, our Director of Communications, to come forward with recognitions.
Good evening, Dr. Petty, board members, Superintendent Triplett. Tonight we've got two recognitions highlighting our schools. The first is Normandy Early Learning Center has officially achieved recognition from the National Association for the Education of Young Children. It's also known as NAEA. It received this recognition through its early learning program recognition process. The distinction affirms that the center meets nationally recognized standards for high-quality early childhood education with policies, learning environments, and instructional practices aligned with NACE's foundational quality indicators.
Dr. Payne?
This accomplishment reflects the dedication and collaborative efforts of Dr. Lenora Payne, Director, ELC teachers, instructional staff, and district leadership, all of whom remain committed to providing strong early learning experiences for our youngest scholars.
You guys rock. That's all.
If we could have everyone kind of pivot this way and look towards the mic.
He's great.
He is so good when they were doing the move. He did so much stuff.
If you can't see the camera, she can't see you.
Yay!
So in honor of this, the communications department put together a short video that we'd like to share at this moment, highlighting this award.
Aw, that's nice. That's nice. They rock. They rock.
Nora Payne. I am the Director of Early Childhood for the Normandy Early Learning Center. The award that we recently received was the highest award that an early childhood center can achieve, which is accreditation from NACE. So the significance of this award is very great because with NACE, they have over 120 performance indicators that an early childhood center has to meet in order to get accreditation. And so you have to score at least an 80% or above to get your accreditation. We scored at a 93%. So we were awarded the bronze level accreditation, and we are in the final stages for receiving the gold level accreditation. This is a nationally renowned organization, and everyone knows that NACE requires very high standards. So by having this accreditation, it lets the community know that we are a high-performing early childhood center, and we have true early childhood best practices in place to meet the needs of our students. This is the first time that we've received this award. I recently applied for it over spring break, so this is an award that's new for us. Typically, a lot of early childhood centers, they'll go through other accreditation entities because the NACE process is very strenuous. I initially started the process in January with just submitting our basic school general profile information. And then for the 123 performance indicators, I had to submit a piece of evidence that supported we had that system in place. I started that in January and I didn't finish until spring break. So in total, it was about a 3-month process. We went straight to the bronze level award, and we will know by May 1st if we're awarded the gold level. We take the work that we do here at the Early Learning Center very seriously. We're grounded in best practices and educating the whole child, not just academically, but socio-emotionally as well. And to be recognized by NACE for that is such a badge of honor, because we will be in all of their publication. We'll be recognized as an accredited center in the upcoming weeks. They'll actually come out to the school to do like a big publication for that, because it is a big ordeal for an early childhood center to receive this accreditation, because they honestly only award maybe 20 to 30 schools a year. And I'm just glad that we were a part of that number.
Before we move on, I'd just like to thank Kennedy Davis for putting this video together. She does phenomenal work, so I appreciate it. We'd like to invite Dr. Gregory Leeson up front. Let me see. Jefferson Elementary earned distinguished recognition for fostering exceptional student growth during the 2024-2025 school year by St. Louis University's Policy Research and Missouri Education, also known as PRIME, Center for outstanding gains in mathematics and English language arts on state assessments. This recognition is based on data from the Missouri Assessment Program, which measures academic progress across key subject areas. The results highlight Jefferson Elementary's success in advancing student outcome, particularly among students from high poverty backgrounds. As part of the Normandy Schools Collaborative, Jefferson Elementary exemplifies the district's ongoing commitment to overcoming challenges and ensuring equitable economic growth for all learners. The Prime Center is a nonpartisan research institution within SLU's School of Education, provides data-driven insights into the educational progress across Missouri. Congratulations.
Let's give both of those school leaders another thunderous round of applause. You know, when I think about those recognitions in particular, what comes to mind is credible indicators of success. And that's what we need more of in this district. So we truly, on behalf of the board, we thank Dr. Leeson and Dr. Payne for their work. The chair yields to Director Pearson, Vice President, Director Pearson.
Director, thank you. I first want to say
we don't give Dr. Payne all of his flowers like we should. Dr. Payne is the recipient of the 2026 Early Childhood Director Extraordinaire Award. He hosts this Early Learning Center, and it's number 2 in the state. He deserves all of his flowers. And as a parent sitting up here to see some of my daughter's former teachers, it's so great to see that there's great things going on in the school district. I just want to say those things, that's all.
Thank you, Director Pearson. Moving right along, we are now at the point of the meeting, agenda item 6. And at this point of the meeting, agenda item 6 covers several different items that are items for information that were included in the board packet. These items of information are for the board to have an opportunity to make themselves aware, familiarize themselves with the materials. Many of these items we will revisit in our April 21st work session meeting, and then they will be brought forward again in the May meeting as items for action. So many of these, there will not be presentations, but this is what we're calling a first read as we work to stabilize the work of the board and we get into a cycle of allowing us to receive the work, digest the work, become familiar with the work, and then make better informed decisions. What we will have is item 6.02 from Jefferson Elementary. Greg Leeson will be up again. It's just item for information.
Do I advance it? On this? Good evening, members of the Board of Education, superintendent, and members of the Normandy School Collaborative community. Thank you for the opportunity to present this evening. Tonight's update reflects both meaningful progress and continued urgency at Jefferson Elementary. Our students and staff are proud of the recognition for academic growth in ELA and math, which reflects focused effort, a stronger instruction, and a deeper belief in our students. At the same time, we are not satisfied. Our goal is not recognition. Our goal is sustained improvement that moves more students to proficiency and long-term success. This presentation reflects a disciplined, data-driven approach to improvement. We are using MAP and MPI data to not just measure performance, but to guide daily instruction decisions. Our focus is clear: improve what happens in classrooms every day so that students' outcomes improve over time. Growth is happening because instruction is improving. Our next step is ensuring that improvement is consistent across all classrooms. This slide shows where we are in relation to our goal of 381 MPI, our stretch goal, across all tested areas. Jefferson had a 21.5 point increase in ELA, an 11.5 point increase in math from the previous MAP cycle. Science remains relatively stagnant, which clearly identifies an area for stronger focus. This tells us two things. At first, our work is producing results. Second, the level of growth must increase to shift overall performance. Our focus now is accelerating that growth and ensuring it happens consistently across all classrooms. In ELA, we are seeing forward movement. Students are improving in reading, responding to text, and writing about their thinking. However, a large percentage of students remain below basic and basic. That means our work must continue to focus on strengthening literacy at a deeper level. We're building student ability to read closely, think critically, and express their ideas clearly. The progress is encouraging, but the work remains urgent. Math remains one of our greatest opportunities for growth. Students are developing, but many still need stronger number sense, accuracy, and confidence when working through complex problems. We're seeing increased engagement in math classrooms with students more willing to attempt problems, explaining thinking, and persistent through challenge. The foundation is being built. The focus this year has been to strengthen consistency and depth. Science represents an exciting opportunity for Jefferson. While performance remains relatively flat last year, we are seeing increased student engagement this year through the use of more hands-on and inquiry-based learning. Students are highly engaged with mystery science, and we are seeing curiosity, questioning, and participation increase across classrooms. We believe this shift towards more engaging, student-centered science instruction will lead to stronger outcomes as we continue to build consistency and connect it to literacy and thinking skills. This slide clarifies the level of work ahead. Improvement requires moving groups of students from one performance level to the next. That means our work must be targeted and intentional. We are seeing that when instruction is clear and aligned, students respond. The focus now is on ensuring that level of clarity and precision exists in every classroom so growth remains at scale, or happens at scale. Math requires the same level of focus and precision. We know where students are and we know what they need. The challenge is ensuring consistent execution of strong instruction and support across classrooms. We are working to ensure that all students have access to grade level work while receiving the support needed to be successful. This slide reflects our long-term vision in science. We are working towards a more balanced performance profile with fewer students in below basic and more moving into proficient and advanced. In science, this will come through stronger engagement, deeper thinking, and increased opportunities for students to explain and apply their learning. This slide represents Jefferson's improved student outcomes, how they're improving student outcomes every day through strong intentional instruction. In ELA, students are actively engaged in magnetic reading and ready writing. They're reading closely, discussing text, and writing about their thinking using structured, map-aligned strategies that build comprehension, vocabulary, and clear written responses. In math, instruction has shifted to deeper thinking and problem solving. Building thinking classroom strategies are increasing engagement, collaboration, and student discourse, with students explaining their reasoning, taking risks, and thinking more critically. In science, mystery science is bringing learning to life. Students are highly engaged, asking questions, exploring concepts, and demonstrating increased curiosity and participation in learning. Across all classrooms, the shift is clear. Students are doing more of the thinking, more of the talking, and more of the learning. This is how we are building capacity, and that is what is driving the improvement at Jefferson. This work is supported by strong systems. Teachers are planning together, analyzing data, and adjusting instruction based on student needs. Walkthroughs are focused on student thinking, engagement, and aligned to standards. We are building a system with strong instruction, where strong instruction is expected, monitored, and supported across every classroom. Our goal is consistency, not isolated success, but a reliable system that produces results. Attendance remains one of our greatest barriers. Jefferson was at 72.4% proportional attendance on the date that this presentation was submitted. Too many students are missing critical instructional time. This impacts everything. When students are not present, they miss the daily instruction and the support that will drive growth. Improving attendance is essential if we want to accelerate student outcomes. We are actively addressing attendance through a structured and consistent approach. This includes daily monitoring, immediate outreach, family communication, and targeted support for students who are at risk. We're also working to create a school environment where students feel welcome, supported, and motivated to attend. This is ongoing work, and continued partnership will be critical to improve Jefferson's outcomes. In closing, Jefferson Elementary is demonstrating that growth is possible. We're proud of the gains in ELA and math. We are encouraged by increased student engagement, particularly in science this year and in classrooms where students are thinking and discussing and learning more deeply. We're also very clear about the work ahead. Our focus is to accelerate growth. Jefferson is not relying on hope. Jefferson is building a system. And we are committed to ensuring that more students reach proficiency and long-term success. I welcome any of your questions.
The chair recognizes Director Edwards.
Thank you, President Dr. Petty. Hi, Dr. Leeson.
Hi, how are you?
Principal
Nice to
Leeson,
see you.
hello. Nice to see you again. You mentioned about attendance. It is my understanding, as we heard from several other principals, Principal Dr. Hollins, Dr. Payne, I believe Dr. West, they have implemented individualized attendance plans. Have you done that at your school? And if so, what have you identified is the major barrier for the attendance?
We have we do not have a bunch of individual attendance plans, but for those families that are early pickups and early drop-offs, I'm gonna say that again, late drop-offs and early pickups, they have a plan. So some of those challenges are work challenges. Other challenges are just their location of living and travel to school. So they do have an impact on our school. We do have a lot of late drop-offs in the morning. That is addressed, but we are not seeing a significant improvement.
Do you, I guess the follow-up to that question would be, since the district had moved away from busing majority of the students to school, now you have several more walkers. Do you see most of that being from those students that were in the past bused to school and now having to walk? Do you see that being the majority of students that have the attendance issues?
For the students that cannot get transportation because they live too close to the school, that is an issue.
Okay.
And they are the ones that are getting late drop-offs.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Director Edwards. Dr. Leeson, when you think about tackling the attendance challenges that you face at Jefferson, are you adequately staffed to tackle those challenges in terms of perhaps a counselor, a social worker?
We're not adequately staffed.
Thank you for your candor. The chair yields to Director Milton Roberts.
Yes, kind of along the same lines. When you're trying to solve the problem of attendance, okay, busing becomes one of the issues. I think also things like before and after care become issues. Having programming after school, sports and things like that. How do you think those things would help if you had those kinds of layers in place?
I think before school care would be fantastic. After school support would be fantastic. We do have Legacy Center after school for grades 1 and 2. It's not highly populated, and they have a bus to take them home, but we do have those programs. But yes, I believe both of those would be essential.
Okay.
And
All right.
support.
And then one other question. So as first off, I'm really proud of you looking at the growth. I'm excited about that. But another question that I would have, we've talked about this multiple times, and that is, what kind of academic support do we need for the children? Are they getting the tutoring that they need? And when I say tutoring, I'm not talking about 1 or 2 people. I'm talking about if you've got 40% of the kids that are behind, 40% of the kids having tutors. And also, what are we doing to make summer a time for them to continue to grow versus having learning loss?
So in terms of tutoring, of course, those are our certified teachers, those that are available to tutor. They have students. They don't have a lot of students, though, because parents would have to drop them off.
So
in
the
morning.
transportation is
So
the
tutoring really needs to happen in the school day.
Yep.
So for that to happen, what we've done, we didn't have our floating subs or some of that support in the beginning. So now that I've got a few people in the building after January, they have a schedule they use. They're pulling students from class, not during their core time or during their tier 1 time, but they're pulling identified students that teachers have identified needed assistance on foundational skills. So we're probably seeing about 40 students a week on that.
Okay. All right. So, but you need more, is what it sounds like.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So at not the last meeting, or maybe it was the last meeting, I don't know, Dr. Triplett said, we were talking about tutoring, and he mentioned the fact that that's something I'm very passionate about. So I have been doing some research, and there are some organizations that have certified teachers that can do some tutoring. And so we might want to chat a little bit about that and a little bit more broadly. because I think that if we can get that kind of programming in place and if we need to support it with buses and so forth, that's something that we need to talk about and consider.
And
because
when
we
I
don't
talk
wanna lose
about
that loss.
tutoring during
Yeah.
school hours, I'm talking about equity,
Yeah, oh, exactly.
to ensure everybody has equal access.
Exactly. That's, I totally agree. But if there's something that they want to do after, or I guess and I'm thinking back to my children, okay? One of the things that I see as being a challenge is that learning takes place all day, but it also takes place all the other time too. So having programming and things after school, to your point, and before school, supports literacy, supports math, supports social emotional skills, and so on. And that's one of the things that I'm kind of seeing that we're lacking, because we kind of it seems as though the thought process is the learning only happens during that 8 o'clock to 3 o'clock time frame. Whereas the more we can build it out, then they're continuously learning. So we need to figure out how to do that so that we can support that growth that you've got going on.
Thank you, Director Milton Roberts. If there are no more questions, the chair recognizes Director Davis Day.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I would like to know, what is your average class size and what is your largest class size?
Our largest class size, we were able to reduce it, was 30 each. We've reduced those to 20 each. Our average class size is around 24.
When were you able to reduce it?
I believe it's sometime late November.
Okay, thank you.
The chair recognizes Director Pearson.
Yeah, I can't get it. Good evening, Dr. Lisa.
Good evening.
I have a question. You stated the priority standards. What are your priority standards at your school, at your building?
What are the priority standards?
Yes.
The standards that Normandy has stated and the standards that the state of Missouri has stated.
Okay. Thank you.
It's a combination of them, but we focus on the Normandy's priority standards and the alignment of those in our instruction. And that's how we plan in classes, and that's how we meet in our data teams. And our students also use their trackers to identify if they've met those standards and mastered those.
Thank you.
The chair recognizes Secretary Taylor.
Good evening, Dr. Leeson. How are you?
Fine, how are you?
Good. I don't
you.
have a question. I would just like to say, I'd like to give a shout out to you because I did have an opportunity a couple of weeks ago to come over and do a walkthrough throughout the day. And I had an opportunity to see how the teachers interact with the students, how, the school day is planned out. And I saw that the children were really involved. They were really involved. A couple of the classes we went into, the children were really involved in what they were learning. And so that's I believe that's the goal of the board, is to make sure that all of our children have that excitement, that passion, that they come and they have a desire to learn. So I just want to say kudos to you. I think you're doing a great job.
Thank you, and that's to the staff as well. Everybody's, it's a team there, and I've just got an outstanding staff. I know we're not certified across the board. We have some places to fill, and I know we'll get those filled. But with the team we have this year, everybody's pitching together to make sure students are getting instruction and getting support.
And I appreciated the greetings from everyone. They didn't come like, what is she doing here? They came like, because we didn't interrupt the classes. We just kind of stepped in and looked. And they, some of them I was introduced, some I were not. And he just told me, he said, we're just coming to observe. And so I think that's, we really need to work with the principals, not coming in, because we're not getting out of the helicopter and we're not getting in the weeds, but we do want to know that our children are learning. And so I just appreciate the opportunity to even be able to come and work with you.
We appreciate the visit. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Secretary Taylor. Thank you, Director Leeson. Well, we're going to move forward with the agenda at this time. Thank you, Dr. Leeson. As I've already stated, there are several agenda items that are items for information for your reading pleasure. We're going to move to item 6.05, a student support services update. If there is an update, we'll ask Dr. Tony Brooks to come forward.
Good evening, Dr. Triplett. Good evening, Board Secretary. Good evening, Directors, and good evening, Board President Petty. To be brief, I have an update for summer school as well as enrollment for the 26-27 school year. For summer, the window for enrollment opened on February 18th. It is currently open, but with a tentative date of closing on April 16th. Summer school is mandatory for students with multiple D's and F's in core classes. High school students who failed or received an insufficient grade in a required course will complete Admentum, which is a self-paced, competency-based online learning platform. We will have certified teachers to monitor the progress, provide guidance, and offer small group instruction as needed. Students must complete all modules with a passing score to earn that credit. Also, all enrollment is being completed via Power School. We tried it in years past where there were multiple avenues, but this year we are strictly focusing on utilizing Power School. It's necessary and we're paying a lot of money to use it, so we're really encouraging parents to do so. Currently, as of today, enrollment for summer school is at 543 students, and it's growing every day. Some strategies that we utilize to assist parents and guardians with enrollment are social media, Normandy Connections, special newsletters, website advertising, community outreach, phone calls, emails, the front sign in front of buildings. Also, we sent out paper enrollment forms initially to assist parents, but again, that is to draw them in. And in using the paper form, it was a QR code to log into Power School. We solicited enrollments at parent-teacher conferences. We have a parent advisory meeting, we talked about it. And lastly, family engagement liaisons reached out to parents and also worked with parents during pickup. Normandy School's collaborative summer school program is designed to provide a structured, engaging, and supportive learning environment for students by integrating academic instruction, credit recovery, social emotional learning, and enrichment activities. This program ensures that students receive the support needed to grow, recover lost credits, and prepare for future success. We'll continue to monitor enrollment numbers weekly, although we are very close to the end to decide if additional strategies are needed to continue to work with community partners and mayors for that support. Any additional suggestions are always welcome. Regarding the 26-27 school year, the window for enrollment was also on February 18th. The enrollment for the 26-27 school year is open and will remain open. We'll continue to utilize the same strategies we use for summer school with an increased effort in ensuring parents get the support they needed. In addition to the strategies we use for summer school, we're calling parents to see if their child is or isn't returning. Also, we will have multiple in-person Power School enrollment times for families to come and get support that they need after school, and we're going to host that right here at Campus Support. We have tentative dates of May 6th, May 13th, and June 24th. The reason the dates are late is because right now, as you all know, we're about to enter MAP testing season this week. We have tentative times of 3:30 to 6:30, and again, we're going to start that right here. And all schools are expected to have representatives here to assist parents and guardians in their school community. Regarding enrichment, I work with the Better Family Life, which is a constant community partner. And we, as of yesterday, came up with, or they presented an opportunity for us to work with them for summer school as well as the 26-27 school year. Enrichment will focus on ELC, and right now there's a focus on the grant that they have that focuses on kindergarten and regarding the elementary sites 3 through 5. Now this is solely what we're working with a Better Family Life. The focus will be additional support for core classes, also social emotional learning and behavioral health, PE, college and career readiness, esports game design, coding, STEM activities, chess instruction, and cultural arts focusing on dance, percussion, and drama. Over the next 5 years, the Normandy Viking Quest 21st Century Program will be provided $400,000 every year for the next 5 years for our enrichment program. It will cover salaries, benefits, travel, transportation, supplies, equipment, professional development, purchase services, and indirect costs impacting summer school as well as 26-27 enrollment. For the 26-27 school year, the plan will remain the same, with the exception of hosting programs before and after school. As Dr. Lease was mentioning, having programs before school is critical as well as after school. And I would also like to thank Mr. Terrence Carley and Stephanie Seals for their hard work in ensuring that we receive this grant and supporting the students in this community. We'll continue to seek other enrichment opportunities for those students that are not necessarily directed by this grant so that we can focus on all inclusivity regarding enrichment. Thank you. Any questions?
I have a question.
The chair recognizes Secretary Taylor.
Thank you for the presentation. Can you give me the name of that grant again, please?
Yes, ma'am. The Normandy Viking Quest 21st Century Program.
Okay. You also mentioned that's a $400,000 that will be used for services.
Yes, ma'am.
There was one word that you said that kind of pricked me. It was the word travel. So what type of travels will be included in that? And what are those travels necessary?
Well, those travels are necessary because sometimes kids can't make it to school for whatever reason.
Okay.
So we want to be able to, again, have funds allocated to support those students. We have buses that leave school from about 5:30 to 5:45, and sometimes additional instruction and enrichment may supersede that time.
Okay.
So there are funds allocated to support students that go beyond that time.
Okay, just confirming.
Yes, ma'am.
The chair recognizes Director Milton Roberts.
Okay, so two things, actually. You were talking about enrollment for fall. What is the statistics looking like for fall enrollment right now?
Right now, we have less than 25 families that have enrolled. So we're counting on schools to push out the narrative on the importance of getting students enrolled. Again, right now, I know the priority is MAP testing.
Yeah.
So we want to make sure that all kids, all families are focused, kids are getting sleep, they're well-nourished prior to coming to school. So we don't want to interrupt that, but we are still, at the same time, simultaneously talking about the importance of enrollment. I'm not pushing it out, and we're not having communications push it out because, again, what the increased focus is right now for MAP. But it is there, and we are making sure that we get that information out.
Okay, one other question. Given that we have one of the best early learning centers in the state, one of the things that I'd asked about previously was whether or not we were going to do any type of early learning center / kindergarten roundup so that we could make sure that we are filling the pipeline with children so that, our children are prepared because our early learning center is doing a heck of a job of preparing our students. And I haven't seen anything specific and have not been given any type of budget requests or anything like that to support expanding our capacity at the Early Learning Center, given what our team is able to do. So what's the plan there?
Well, currently, what I can do, because we don't have a plan necessarily, I wait to talk to Dr. Payne, and we problem solve as issues come, but in being proactive is definitely something he and I can discuss to see what we need to do to be forward thinking and having a plan like that for those kids that we do want to come.
And will we also be able to, for those kids that, I know that one of the challenges that Dr. Payne has faced because the school day starts so late is that many parents are making choices other than Normandy because they have to be at work in an earlier time. So it seems as though that's something that we need to really, support him and his team and get on the agenda like pretty fast because people are making decisions about those children now. That's not something that they do in August. It's something that they're doing now because their child is going to turn of age. So I'd love to see something, some collaboration between, the wonderful team at the Early Learning Center and your team as to how we're going to get the bulk of our kids so we can build that pipeline, because it's kind of a fool's folly to keep adding things at the upper levels when you aren't doing the things at the lower levels to support it.
Yes, ma'am. Well, again, Dr. Payne and I will take an opportunity to meet to come up with a plan to make that happen.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
The chair recognizes Director Pearson.
Good evening, Dr. Brooks.
Good evening, Ms. Pearson.
I saw a notification in the email with the time of the summer school changing. So is that the April 16th date? I don't remember the date. It's the April 16th date that the extension of the summer school?
It's been
Okay.
2 additional weeks added to
Gotcha.
the ending of summer school so that we can have additional students sign up. And the reason we have to end it now is because there are things that we have to give in consideration. We need to think about scheduling bus routes, scheduling classes, food services, hiring administrators, support services, teachers, preparation for the sites. We have to think about curriculum implementation, SSD services, special enrollment with McKinney-Vento, and also planning for field trips and extracurricular activities. So we have to cut it off.
Have the numbers, yes. Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure I had the date correct.
You did.
Thank you.
Oh, I just want to confirm, you did say 543 students are enrolled for the summer school?
Yes, ma'am.
If there are no more questions, thank you, Dr. Brooks, for your presentation.
Thank you, sir.
Moving right along past those items for information, first read agenda items, we're going to go to item 6.08. I believe we have some individuals here from out of town, and we want to allow them the opportunity to speak. Dr. Brooks, would you come, please? Carlton Brooks, would you come, please? With the representatives from Transpar Student Transportation. We are looking at a proposed renewal for our transportation agreement. This is the first read. Again, the board will have an opportunity to review this proposal for about 10 days. And then on April 21st, we will have a work session meeting where there will be questions will be asked and answered. The proper discussions will take place, and then it will be brought back for us in the May meeting for an item for action. Dr. Brooks, Carlton Brooks.
Good evening, Joint Executive Governing Board, Dr. Petty, Dr. Triplett, Normandy Schools Community. As Dr. Petty has mentioned, we have Transpar, a representative. This is Dan Walsh, who's here. He helps manage our Transpar function, our student transportation function here in the district, and we have a renewal. He's going to speak briefly on this. As Dr. Petty mentioned, this is just basically a first reading, and we'll bring this back at the next board meeting for approval.
All, thank you very much for your time. This would be starting in 2017, so this will be our 9th year with Normandy Schools Collaborative. We very much appreciate your partnership. We've done extremely well here in terms of becoming more efficient for the school district. I don't want to get too much into the weeds, but when we first began, the school district had roughly 28 routes. Right now, we're down to 13. So if you take roughly $80,000 from a conservative aspect per route per year, that's quite a bit of funds that are going back into the general fund. The cost of this for the extension is about $718,000 for the year. And if there's any further questions, I'd love to have them. Love to answer them for you.
The chair recognizes Director Edwards.
Thank you, President Dr. Petty. I do have a question. So you just mentioned that it's roughly $80,000 per route saved that goes back into the district.
Roughly.
Per route, correct? Okay. So can you speak to the increase from we're currently at a little over 400,000 to 771,000 for the renewal rate.
I don't think that's, I don't think we could.
Yeah, there's about a 3% increase in the pricing, so it's up to about $771,000 from like 716.
So it's the 3% increase for every year. Is that what I'm reading correctly? So this this particular contract is a renewal, continuous renewal from a 3-year cycle. Is that correct?
Yes, the original contract was 3 + 1 + 1. This is the last, the second of the annual renewals. So this is year 5, basically, of that contract.
Okay, so year 5 of the
Yes,
camp. Okay, and so based upon the cost, we're really not saving as much as it seems, because if we're only cutting back 80,000, we're spending more cost in the contract to have with you all. Can you tell me in this contract how or what exactly are you helping us with as it relates to efficiency with 13 routes instead of 28? Because we're hearing from our principals on every level that we are having an attendance issue as it relates to transportation. So can you help me understand how that is equating to efficiency?
So when you had 28 routes, you had a much bigger, much smaller walk zone to each campus. And so when the walk zones are increased, you have essentially each bus is going to be a little bit more packed with students. So I was actually just talking with your principal from Jefferson. There's roughly, I looked at the data before I got here, there's about 65 to 68 kids per bus out of 71. If you were to increase, say, one asset to that particular school, it might decrease the amount of students, but then you also have to think about the amount of payroll that you're spending, the amount of fuel, repairs, so on and so forth. So that's, in terms of efficiencies, that's where we can help out.
Okay, and so as it relates to the new buses that will be coming online, that will help cut costs as far as fuel is concerned, is that correct?
Well, you're gonna have electric vehicles.
Right.
So that's an entirely different conversation. But yes, you won't have nearly as much fuel consumption. You're going to have a little bit on the utility side, but not so much. The fuel is going to be, that level is going to dissipate.
Okay, so how do you anticipate the management or the savings between those buses coming online? Will it be increased or decreased?
So you have to look, it's year over year, right? It's so if you look back 7-8 years ago, that saving continues on. It's not just 1 year to the next. So if you look back, you need to consider that the amount of money that you're saving per route is, in actuality, that's continues on in perpetuity, if that makes sense.
Okay. Also, I did see in the contract that you've had some other clients as well, some former clients, and you did have the capacity where you consulted versus management. Can you explain to me what the consulting aspect looks like for you all versus the management?
Sure. So we have, I oversee the management contracts for 6 different clients in the continental United States. We also have a wing of our company that does consulting. They do anything from bell time analysis studies to fleet analysis to routing efficiency studies. Several of those which are actually included in your management contract. So in actuality, you're using a lot of our consulting within the management fee.
Okay. And so with a consulting contract would be, I assume, less than this management fee?
It would be, yes. But right now you've got a team of 5 of Transpar employees that are managing the entire operation for NSE.
Does it take 6 or 5 employees to manage 13 routes?
So, good question. It does, because there's different aspects of the operation that you're not taking, or if you look at it from its totality, you've got the amount of parents isn't decreasing. So the amount of customer issues that those folks are handling on a daily basis, that's not changing, that's actually increasing, believe it or not. You've got a variety of other things that we're working on, especially with the EV piece. The electric vehicle piece is a kind of an unknown entity. So I'm reaching out on a daily basis. Mr. Brooks can attest to this. A lot of the partnership that is going on behind the scenes, there's a lot of work to do to get those EV buses up and running.
Okay. My last is not a question, it's really a statement or a request to hear from those individuals that actually operate in our district every day. That is the most valuable, one of the most valuable assets for students to even get to school. The first person that they see before they enter the building, bus drivers. I would like to hear from them how this has affected them as it relates to removing routes and going down to 13 routes and what that actually looks like for them on a day-to-day basis. So it would be highly appreciated if we can hear something from those bus drivers explaining to us what their day-to-day operations look like so we can make a full decision with everyone in mind.
Thank you, Director Edwards. And to Director Edwards' point, it would be interesting if there was some data available with regard to culture and climate surveys that focused on bus drivers.
I can speak a little bit to that. At least the last couple of years, we've had a very, very few people resign from that bus driver position. Miss Weaver, who is the director over there, does a phenomenal job with culture and accountability.
Thank you. The chair recognizes Director Milton Roberts.
I guess a question that I have, and I don't know exactly how you would do this analysis, but it seems as though it is important. We have a challenge with attendance, and we've heard from our principals that one of the challenges is also transportation. So the question that I would have is, what analysis has been done to understand, do we need to add back some of those routes because it's negatively impacting our attendance? I'd rather spend $5 more and have my accreditation points versus I saved $80,000, but I can't get my accreditation points because I don't have attendance. So where is that analysis? How is that monitored? And how are we ensuring that the kids that need to get on a bus so we can get them to school are on a bus so we can get them to school?
Understood.
So I would like to see something like that. Okay. And I think that's especially important because of the kind of winters and stuff that we had, and we've got people, walking on some roads that are not necessarily the best roads. I know Pagedale is a good example of that. And so, we maybe want to look at the analysis and say, how many kids do we have that are starting to have chronic absenteeism as a result of those bus routes being dropped?
And we need to align with what the district's needs and wants are and desires. So if that's what we need to do, that's what we need to do.
Yeah, I think we need to look at that.
So
We need to alleviate every reason why a child is not at school.
yes, ma'am.
If there are no further questions, we thank Carlton Brooks and Transport for being here. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. At this time, we will move forward with items for consent.
May I make one comment? We omitted in the, in item 3.03, we did not do the MSBA representative, special school district representative, and I believe you had shared that you wanted to separate the secretary position and the treasurer position, and those have not been addressed. So I don't know exactly how you want to handle that.
At this time, we will entertain a motion to, unless there's someone else that's interested in those roles, I would entertain a motion that Director Pearson remain as the representative for MSBA and that Director Pearson remain as the representative for Special School District. If there is a motion for that, I'll entertain the motion. It's been moved and properly seconded. Madam Secretary, by roll call vote.
Yes, sir. So the vote on the floor is for Director Pearson to remain the delegate as well as the special school district representative. We'll start with Director Deanna Davis-Day.
No.
Director Milton Roberts.
Yes.
Director Pearson.
Yes.
Dr. Petty.
Yes.
Secretary Taylor.
Abstain.
Director Edwards.
Yes.
And Mayor Jefferson.
Yes.
Dr. Petty, the yes have it.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention, Director Milton Roberts. Thank you, Madam Secretary. We're going to move forward.
Address treasurer?
Not at this time.
Okay.
Yes. All right. Before we entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda, we need to remove item 8.05 from that, Madam Secretary. Personnel.
I move that we table item 8.05.
There's a motion. Is there a proper second?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second. Madam Secretary, by roll call vote.
Yes, sir. I have Milton Roberts as the motion and Edwards as the second.
Yes.
The vote on the floor board is to remove the personnel 8.05. Mayor Jefferson,
Yes.
Director Edwards,
Yes.
Secretary Taylor,
Yes.
Dr. Petty,
Yes.
Director Pearson,
Yes.
Director Milton Roberts,
Yes.
and Director Davis-Day.
Yes.
The yeses have it, Dr. Petty.
Thank you, Madam Secretary. We are now at item 9.
No. Back
Want
to
to
eight.
consent?
Oh, that's right. We got to entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Yes, sir.
It's been
So-
moved. Is there a proper second?
Second.
It's been moved and proper second. Edwards and Milton Roberts. And
Yes.
by roll call vote, Madam Secretary.
Yes, sir. Motion by Edwards, seconded by Milton Roberts to approve the consented items in no particular order. That's the vote on the floor. Director Milton Roberts,
Yes.
Director Edwards,
Yes.
Secretary Taylor,
Yes.
Director Davis-Day,
No.
got it. Director Pearson,
Yes.
Dr. Petty,
Yes.
Mayor Jefferson.
Yes.
The yeses have it. Dr. Petty.
Thank you. At this time, as we consider time, I would ask the board to refrain from comments at this time with the exception of our newly elected board member and our re-elected board members. So at this time, board comments from,
Are you making a motion for that?
yes.
Oh,
So move.
Edwards.
That was Taylor.
And Taylor, motioned?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, Director Edwards. I had called your name.
Oh, you fine.
We're looking for a second, right, Dr. Petty?
Yes, if there is no second, then we'll move straight through with the comments, starting with Director, Vice President Jefferson.
I'd just like to say that I thank those in the Normandy Schools Collaborative District for putting their trust in me, and that my main agenda, as I stated before, is student success, connections with school and community, and transparency. And I'm available at any time that you'd like to reach out to me. And thank you.
Thank you, Vice President Jefferson. Secretary Taylor.
I would just like to say thank you to all of those who voted. Once again, gave me another opportunity to continue to do the work that I believe that I have been doing for these past 3 years. And I thank you for your vote, and we will continue to make Normandy great. Thank you.
Director Pearson.
Good evening. I too want to thank the community for seeing that I was fit to sit in the board director seat for a second term. Without you all, we would not be here. I do have my normal announcements. The Early Learning Center is having their career day. April 24th is 9:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You might want to contact Ms. Johnson or Dr. Payne for registration if you want to sign up. Their field day will be all day on May 13th, and they will have their inaugural prom May 8th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the middle school. And the prom is fun. Very, 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 very fun. You'll laugh and smile a lot. I attended the flag football game last Friday, and it was a joy to see something that I wanted to do while I was in high school because I wanted to play football, but I didn't want to break a nail. So flag football was, the next best thing, and it was good to see the kids out there running, enjoying themselves, playing hard. The Legacy Center, monthly, they have a Soul Fresh, Soul Clean monthly community wellness center series, first Saturday of the month. The next one is May 2nd. And then I want to leave with this one, and this is for everybody. This may be for you, it may not be for you, but it's for everybody. Don't learn the hard way that everybody clapping for you is not rooting for you. Y'all have a good evening.
Director Davis Day. Comments? Do you have any?
No, thank you. I was confused. I thought you said, okay.
Director Edwards.
Thank you, President Dr. Petty. I just want to take the time to congratulate my reappointed board members and my newly appointed board member. It will be a pleasure to continue this rough journey with you all, but I know that we stand hand in hand, understanding that students are the reason why we do what we do. There was a man that came to me at a picnic and said, I need for you to think about doing something. And I said, what? And he told me, consider running for the Normandy School Collaborative School Board. And my rule of thumb is I take at least 3 days, one for the Holy Spirit, one for Jesus. Yeah. And, I take 3 days because that's what it took. And so I thought about it and I decided to do that. One of the best decisions that I've made thus far, I must say. So I want to thank Director William Humphrey for challenging me with that and standing by me in agreement and disagreement. Let's get that clear. And helping me grow in this position. I greatly appreciate you and everything that you've done for our children. No amount of words can explain and express my gratitude. Also, I would want to give a shout out to Belnor Elementary. Last week they had a Donuts with Dads Day, and I thought I was gonna get beat up because it was about 100 dads there. They showed up and they showed out for them kids. That's always a great thing. It just warms my heart to see the men in the building.
Amen.
And so that was great. So kudos to Principal West over at Belnor. He does an amazing job. With that, I just thank you. One last thing. That video for NLC touched me in a way that I did not expect. The work, I will echo what Director Pearson said. The work that Dr. Payne does at the Early Learning Center is not appreciated enough. His role in making sure that our students have the best education possible is his passion, is just what he do. He lives and breathes it, and I appreciate you greatly. And with that, I'm done.
The chair recognizes Director Milton Roberts.
Well, I'm going to continue to brag on Dr. Payne as well. I am just amazed every time I see those little people and all the things that you guys do with them. So thank you to you and to your team. You guys do an outstanding job, and I really, really, really wish that every single child in Normandy got an opportunity to come through the Early Learning Center. I have a grandson that went through there, and I see one of his teachers, or fellows actually back there, and he's now 8, and he looked at her and was like, oh, wow, I remember you. That's how impactful, okay, your team is to these little people. So we greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate you and all that your team does, and we need to make sure that that all of our children get an opportunity to go through your program, because your program is phenomenal. A couple things that I want to say, and the first is that one of the things that we have to do as a district, I believe, is really flip the script a little bit. We've been doing things the same way for quite some time, and we've learned that there's lots of things that we need to do a little bit differently. One of those is that we really need to practice what I call servant leadership. We need to flip the script. Our kids are the priority. Their families are the priority. Not our time, not what we have to do, but what they do. And that's what I see Dr. Payne doing so well and so eloquently in his building. And so that's something that we need to really embrace and do as a district. The second thing that I will share is that sometimes I think when you all see the board, you see that there's some challenge. And that's a good thing, because that means that we're leaning in, and that means that we're making changes that need to be made. Ethics matter. Honesty matters. Spending money on our children first matters. One of the things that I've learned in being in this board is that you can't outsource engagement with your families. It has to be something that everybody in the district, every single person, like Dr. Payne and his team, is committed to doing. And when they are committed to doing it the way that they do, you have the results, like you just heard with Donuts with Dad. You have the results like I've seen at the prom that you have at the Early Learning Center.
And I'm going.
Okay. You know, because the parents really want to be there. There are no parents in our district that don't care about their kids, okay? They want their kids to be successful. But they need us to take a hand out of every one of those schools and to say you're welcome, to say we need you, that includes our alums, and to put them to work. Because if our kids are going to learn to read, write, and compute at the level that they need to, we keep hearing week after week after week the things that they need. I say, let's give it to them. We need our alums to step in and help us. We need to put our money where our mouth is. If we've been talking about tutoring before school and after school care, we've been talking about that for 2 years. Okay, let's do it. Okay? But when we do it, honesty, integrity, and genuine care matter. And it's got to come from every single person and every single building. You cannot outsource that. That's got to be who we are, because that then makes your culture. And with that, I'm going to bid all of you a good night, but I do have to say thank you to Mr. Humphrey, because he has been a guiding force to all of us here on the board, has given us lots of great information, lots of support. I want to say congratulations to the folks that were reelected, and also welcome to our new board member. I made sure that I reached out to her the first night. I didn't want to scare her off, so I made sure that I reached out to her the night that she won, okay? because we're going to lean on each other and we're going to get this done. And it's really important that you understand that it's not always going to be comfortable, because we have to stop doing what we've always done, and we have to start searching for the excellence that is in our value statements and stop doing the status quo. That's all I have.
Thank you, Director Milton Roberts. Before I entertain a motion to adjourn and go into executive session, the president of Normandy NEA is here, Mr. Nigel Word. And Mr. Word, I just want to announce that the board accepted your proposal. Congratulations.
Because we love you.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn and go into executive session.
So moved.
It's been moved. Is there a proper second?
Second.
It's been moved and properly second by roll call vote. Madam Secretary.
Yes, sir. It's been moved by Director Edwards and seconded by Mayor Johnson to go back into I'm sorry, Jefferson. I'm sorry, Mayor Jefferson.
It's
To
all
go
right.
back into executive search session for personnel. Director Milton Roberts,
Yes.
Director Edwards,
Yes.
Secretary Taylor,
Yes.
Director Davis Day, Director Pearson. Yeah. Dr. Petty
Yes.
and Mayor